お前の目的は何だ？
ヒロミ。
What is going on, guys? It is your boy Grave, and today we're going to be talking about Kamen Rider Revice Episode 19. Now, as always, let's get started. So the episode starts off with Sakura holding the volcano stamp and talking to Iki about him being able to separate Phase 3 demons now, and asks if he's able to do it with Aguilera, with Iki responding that he'll do what he can. But right now, Tekka is their biggest problem with the Gifu stamp he has, being able to kill people and turning them into Giftarians. Meanwhile, Tekka discusses with his cult that currently fighting Iki is not a good idea, and that they should change their targets to Karuka. In a Phoenix locker room, Karuka is finishing his workout, and he takes out a driver from his locker, remembering the things the doctor said, like, you can't transform anymore. You're basically an 80-year-old man. He doesn't think that the driver could be responsible, but then the driver starts laughing at him like this fucking demonic-ass laugh. It's crazy. And another Phoenix member enters, just staring at him. At the lab where the Gifu statue is being held, with George there, Director Akaishi walks in and asks about the demon's driver, with George answering that it won't take much longer to return it to its former form, which means, like, this isn't the first form it had. Like, what was it originally a dead man before? Karuka visits Yujiro's grave, with another member already there, being Chigusa. I think that's how you say your name. And she was apparently planted to be a spy in Oteka's cult. She reports that nothing's happening, and then refers to Karuka as a commander. He states that he's still not the commander Yujiro was, with Chigusa saying that you were the best in our group. You shouldn't sell yourself short. The Phoenix member that was watching Karuka, his name is Tatsuhiko. He comes in the conversation saying that it's quite the opposite. Karuka was actually the worst in their group. We then cut to Iki's family about to start dinner, with Genta entering the room and saying he has this big disease, but it turns out to be a cavity. He's playing it off as a joke. And when Vice asks to have some of Iki's food, he stamps himself so that Vice can try it. It's pretty good curry, but when he goes to eat it, Yukimi refuses, saying she hasn't forgiven him for trying to eat her, which I guess that shows that she still has some kind of resentment towards Vice. But anyway, as he's trying to convince her to let him eat the curry, Daiji walks in, pulling Iki away, telling him that he's worried about Karuka, as Chigusa calls him to talk about his condition. Chigusa says that she's a spy for Karuka in Oteka's cult, and tells him about the incident at Yujiro's grave, where Tatsuhiko says that Karuka failed to protect Yujiro and demands the driver from him. Karuka refuses initially and says, hey, I'm still your commander, don't talk to me like that. But then he suddenly faints. Chigusa asks Daiji and Iki if they could look after Karuka and make sure he doesn't really push himself too much, which Daiji agrees to, but Iki for some reason is staying quiet. At Sakura's karate dojo, Giulio visits her, now wanting to be called Tamaki, wanting to talk to her about Aguilera, with Hikaru, the weird kid, listening in. At this abandoned warehouse where Aguilera's staying in, Sakura walks in on her and pleads her to let Aguilera allow Iki to separate her from a demon to live basically a normal life. Aguilera refuses and transforms and fights Sakura, but she is actually quickly defeated. This is the first dub Sakura had with Aguilera. But when she's defeated, she states that she only really wants Gifu, and runs away, telling Sakura not to find her. Like, Aguilera, you don't realize that the cult basically backstabbed you. You still want Gifu? Like, I think you got your priorities mixed up. Back in the Phoenix locker room, Daiji and Iki confront Karuta, basically forcing him to tell him the truth about what's happening with his body. And Karuta basically tells him, like, yeah, it's reaching its limit. Like, I can't really do this anymore. When Daiji suggests that he needs to let them fight from now on, he shouldn't transform, Karuta refuses, saying that he wants to be a hero, and explains that while he was training, Yujiro said words of encouragement to him and to continue fighting. So now that he is a captain, a commander, and now a rider, he's continuing being one, and runs off with Daiji arguing with Iki, saying like, hey, where's your usual busybody self? Like, you would have stopped him. Karuta enters the command room with George inside and pushes George to a wall and demands what's going on with the demon's driver. George reveals that the driver wasn't really meant to be his to begin with. As Daiji comes in and breaks the two up, Karuta gets a call from Shizuka telling him that Oteka is planning on using the stamp on multiple civilians. Daiji convinces him you can't go, let us do it, and leaves Karuta in the command room. Iki runs into Tatsuhiko and asks him about what happened, and tells him that Chigusa talked to him and Daiji, and basically told him about her infiltration mission, with Tatsuhiko questioning why she revealed it to him, and tell him that Karuta's addition is really not his concern, and walks towards the command room, telling Karuta that Shizuka called for both of them. Iki and Daiji arrive at the location. Chigusa told them where Oteka was, but they are ambushed by juniors. Iki, realizing that something is wrong, leaves Daiji to deal with the juniors and runs off, with Daiji transforming, fighting them. Karuta and Tatsuhiko arrive at the location Shizuka told them to meet her, but Karuta questions Tatsuhiko, saying that Shizuka already gave him information moments before he arrived, and points his gun at him, basically suspecting him. All before Shizuka pistol whips him from behind, and reveals that she's been a double spy this whole time, siding with Oteka. With that, Oteka comes up from behind and attacks Karuta. Daiji continues to fight the juniors, but there's too many. They keep showing up, and he uses the Jackal stamp to quickly defeat them, while Oteka continues to fight Karuta. When he knocks Karuta down, Tatsuhiko quickly defends him, but is captured by Shizuka and is about to be stamped by the Gifu stamp. But Iki arrives just in time to save him, saying that Shizuka basically told them about her mission and her worry to gain their trust so they can separate from Karuta, which is kind of smart, but I don't know how Iki figured that out so quickly. Karuta asks why she betrayed them, but Shizuka says that she now knows the truth about Phoenix, and now she sides with Oteka. Iki transforms and starts fighting with Oteka, taking the fight outside, leaving Karuta and Tatsuhiko alone for Tatsuhiko to explain that he knew the demon's driver was doing something to Karuta, and he tried to force the driver off of him so he wouldn't have to die. Outside, Iki and Vice continue to fight Oteka, but a Giftarian comes up from behind and joins the fight, prompting Iki and Vice to use the Volcano and Barid stamp and to fight the Giftarian with that. The episode ends with Karuta coming out, about to transform with Demon's Driver, but the driver again laughs, telling Karuta, yeah, transform, feed me your life. And that was a cliffhanger. Obviously the driver is pretty much bad news. So I don't know, there's so many death flags for Karuta. I have a feeling next episode might be his last. But I'm so glad this episode took the time to give Karuta time to shine. I've been feeling for a while now, he's been just like this punching bag, and they finally gave him some respect, and I really enjoyed that. But anyway, what do you guys think? Leave it in the comments below. As always, any likes, shares, comments, all that would be greatly appreciated. And as always, I'll see you guys next week for Kamen Rider Revice episode 20. See you guys next time. Peace out.